Hi Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie. For those of you who've never been here before, we're going to do a deep love read. It'll be a general read, but it's going to be deep love for 3 different styles of relationship. Either you're single, you are married, or / in a very long-term committed relationship, like nobody's going anywhere, you guys are still together. And the third iteration would be complicated, and you're going to know if you fall on that side of the fence. Now the thing is, a lot of the single come up complicated, and a lot of the marriage come up because life is complicated, right? So you might want to stick around for, I don't know, whatever you think may ultimately appeal to you, but I'm going to have everything time-stamped below. I'm going to start off with some astrology though, Capricorn, just because there's a lot of energy going on in the sky, and I thought I'd give you guys just a little something heads up for the end of the month. And this is going to be actually going out into at least the next 6 months, what I'm going to talk about with you guys, if not over the course of the next 2 years. So, let's first talk about this karmic South Node eclipse that happened on the 14th. Now, it happened on the 14th, and you're like, why are you talking about it now, woman? Well, it's going to be rolling out for the next 6 months. And that happened on your 12th and 6th house axis. So definitely feeling this impact, this sort of like rollover in this area having to do with your subconscious mind, the dreams that you really want for yourself, sort of in tension with your day-to-day experience. You're going to see this roll out over the next 6 months, but you're going to be feeling a shift in your subconscious, which is going to help clarify things for you. And I'm going to say help you because I actually think this is going to be really good, because Venus is going to be in there helping you out in the 12th. So whatever shifts will make a positive change in your mental, physical, emotional health, and or your day-to-day experience, or for some of you, your daily work environment, or it could be any mix of those things. Now, this could be changes in what you really want to do for work, Capricorn. And some may feel like setting up some sort of like new health regimen, or starting some sort of new diet, changing jobs, changing your day-to-day experience at work, maybe just changing your day-to-day experience in general, and realizing that what you actually want for yourself is very different than what you've been doing. Now, the great Jupiter and Saturn conjunction in Aquarius that's happening on the 21st, really impacting, guys, I'm going to say this is going to roll out for the next 2 years. It's going to impact the next 20, like I mentioned in my video when I talked about the great conjunction, but in particular the next year, because from this year to next year, we have Jupiter is going to be hanging out with Saturn in your 2nd house of resources and things that you value. So that's not only your money, that's your self-esteem, just how you feel about your life, what matters to you. You know, do you like where you live? Do you like who you're living with? Do you like what you're doing with your life? Think of anything that you value. That's that 2nd house. Now, with Neptune in the 3rd square in the 6th, these changes may not be completely clear or obvious. So you might be doing a lot of like behind the scenes stuff, like thinking, setting up, learning, communicating, definitely paying attention to you know, anything in those realms. Now, because it is 3rd and 6th, you might be having some sort of like secret communication going on with somebody in a way that's going to be impacting your day-to-day. You might be talking with somebody online. But guys, as a little aside, I really want you to pay attention to when it comes to your physical health. Pay attention to any sort of crazy, like little mysterious aches, pains, right? Especially anything to do with like your shoulders, your lungs, arms, hands, fingers. Because with Pluto and Mercury sextiling this in the 1st, there's going to be positive energy in there to ease any sort of, if there is an issue with these areas, okay, fine. I mean, you have some help in there. Just because you have Neptune in the 3rd, which is Gemini. Gemini rules all those things. So just a little something to watch out for. But again, that sextile is going to be helping you out in your 1st house of self. So this is a really good energy for figuring things out. If you're not feeling right within your health, mental, physical, or emotional, get into the bottom of it. If you don't like your day-to-day work experience, get into the bottom of it. Lots of problem-solving energy in the 6th house. 6th house is Virgo. Virgo is the problem solver of the zodiac. It's the hermit energy. It's going within for inner clarity and really figuring stuff out. So we do like that. Now, Uranus in the 5th. Surprises in the area area of romance, Capricorn. So woohoo, for those of you looking for that. Definitely also creativity. Look at this. Destiny. The Destiny card for overall for Capricorn, all Capricorns, no matter where you are in relationship, is happy, happy. So I like that. That's a positive jam in my book. So back to the surprises, right? In your romance sector, guys, even in your creativity, or even something surprising having to do with kids or the life of your kids. Now, this is good because it's trining your first house of self, right? So what does that mean? Something surprising, transformational, with mental clarity to help it out. Beautiful. Now, it may not feel smooth initially because Mars and Chiron is going to be in the fourth house of home. Now, so there's going to be a lot of shakeup in your home sector. For those of you, some of you are going to be like, oh, now that could have to do with your physical place of living. You questioning whether you even belong within whatever you're in, like that metaphorical home space. There could be shakeups and confrontational kind of things having to do with people that you live with. So it could be parents, it could be a partner, anybody that you live with. Or it could just, you might just be feeling like it's time for me to go, but you're not sure what that even means because you have Neptune, which is all about a lack of clarity in the third, which rules your neighborhood, right? So you just might not be sure, but this is a great path. Change can be a little challenging because change can always be challenging, but that Mars energy that I'm mentioning, Chiron is in there, which is all about healing. So it's like you have these strategically placed energies for wherever there's going to be anything challenging. You have like either Chiron or Venus popping in to help you out with the transition. So I actually really like this for you. I really like this for you. And you know why I'm throwing this in, even though it's sort of like your general astrology? Because life impacts our relationships and where we're at in relationships, and it's very difficult to separate one from the other, right? So it's good to just kind of get a full perspective. So let's pull a Wisdom of the Oracle, entrapment. Okay, so we have this idea of entrapment. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I overspoke before. That happy is actually what, yes, okay, this is your Destiny card, happy. Entrapment is what you need to look at. Listen to me. Usually I do it the other way around. I'm tricking myself by changing the positions of the cards. So entrapment needs to be looked at. I mean, this is where you just really, in a nutshell, you have to look at where it is that you feel like you're being held back in your life. Where do you feel entrapped? Where do you feel that Eight of Swords energy? That self-imposed isolation, limitations. It might not even be so psychological. You may just literally feel trapped in a relationship or a job, something that you're just honestly not able to leave right now. But this is where you're going to have all of the energies that you need to strategize your way out of or into something that's much healthier. And then to have the happy, I like hardly ever get this energy. I mean, this is just a really good Destiny energy for all Capricorns. It doesn't matter where you're at in relationship. So ultimately, whatever's happening now, finally, for those Cappies who've been putting in the hard work during, come on, you guys have been going through it, for like ever. 2008, I always say. Capricorn and Cancers have been having their behinds handed to them. I really do think that. But now some beautiful karmic payback is happening right now. Right? I mean, the South Node is out of you guys. It's been given an opportunity to get comfortable in Sagittarius and leave you the hell alone for your path to sort of open up. So I do like that for you. But we're going to start with our singles now. So we're going to pull a Destiny card for our singles, and we're going to pull a what we need to look at for our singles. Okay, so let's see what we have for our Capricorn friends. So the Destiny is all about co-create. Yep. I mean, honestly, I really feel like with Uranus in that fifth, you are getting a very nice surprise in the area of romance. So why not? That looks good. Let's see what needs to be looked at, though. For those of you who are single, what needs to be looked at? Home. So when we're talking about home, this could have to do with either your physical home or how at home do you feel, either within your own skin or really focusing on how important it is to feel at home in relationship and not to get, yourself caught up in any sort of energy that you don't feel at home in. You know what I mean? And we know what we mean. Sometimes somebody can be very attractive and look fabulous on paper, but on an energetic level, we're just not jiving with them. You know, we might not feel it. So it's very important to pay attention to authenticity, right? How authentic does something feel for you? Because isn't home authentic for us, right? It's where we feel safe, secure. It's where we allow ourselves to be ourselves. Now, for some of you, as far as being home, maybe you have to look at the fact that you have to get out of your home. Even though it's COVID and it's a pandemic, that could even be from a metaphorical perspective. Like, get yourself online. Open yourself up to one of those scary dating sites if you haven't done it yet. Anything like that the idea of stay, because what is home? Safety, security, right? Are you playing it too safe? You know, you're not allowing yourself out there. You're not allowing the co-creation right now, even though it's your destiny. So let's pull a Celtic cross spread. First, let's pull for this situation. So the situation, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about withdrawing and retreating and moving on and abandoning something that you've been in, right? I mean, this is a Saturn and Pisces energy. And Saturn's all about restrictions, no karma, no rules, regulations, no. And it's in Pisces, which is all about dreams. So here at the Eight of Cups right here, I'm feeling like, are you moving on and abandoning something that you were once dreaming about? Like, maybe for some of you, obviously this is a general message, so I want to give you everything that I'm getting. Some of you may be coming to terms with the fact that it's time to let that relationship go that you're not in anymore. Even though you're not in it anymore, you really need to let their energy go. It's time. It's time to let it go with sadness but no regret. But let's see what this is being crossed by. Like, what's crossing this? Okay, so it's crossing this or complementing this is the idea of Six of Coins. So Six of Coins is a lovely energy. It's about giving and receiving help, generosity. I have your back, you have mine. Right? So very interesting. Because the Eight of Cups could also be leaving, which I wanted to mention before I pulled the cross card, is the Eight of Cups could also be coming to the decision that you're actually going to leave the idea of feeling like you need to stay so safe and not allow yourself to open up because you've been hurt in the past. And a lot of you might be, crossed by this idea of, is reciprocity even a thing that exists in relationships? Or is it just something that happens like in the movies? Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. Let's see the best that can be achieved in the circumstances. Beautiful. We have the King of Cups. We like this. This is very nice. This is about meeting somebody who's really supportive, who gets it. You know what I mean by getting it? They know how to show up. We get the King energy. It's somebody who understands how to be a leader in their own skin within relationship. This means they know how to communicate. They know how to say, I love you. They know how to say, can I help you out? This is somebody who can also say, I understand, or I'm trying, I can only imagine how you feel, right? Empathy, being super tolerant as well. So that's the best to be achieved. Good deal there. Let's look at the reason for the reading is the Hermit. Capricorn, I feel like you're staying home too much. We got the Hermit. Yeah, going with him for clarity, a quest for personal truth, spiritual illumination. So it's time you're realizing these things, Capricorn. You can't paint this broad-stroked picture based on your past experiences, based on what you've been believing up to this point, because you're changing. Capricorn, you're changing. You just are. Things are changing. So you're going to be opening yourself up in a different way. This is your past, the devil. Okay. Now, yeah, you guys are the devil. Okay. You guys keep coming up in your own readings. I don't know what's going on with that. But the devil energy is, as I always say, it can be addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession, sexual lust, whatever. But it has to do with imbalance. So you're used to there being a lot of imbalance in your past relationships. And that's what it is. Now, for some of you, you may be, and if this is your reality, there is no judgment here, nothing but love. But some of you may be, because of the COVID and the lockdown, you maybe have taken on some sort of new habit that is not very much working for you. Even if it's just like hiding away from reality, or maybe you're drinking a lot more, or you're doing, you're eating more, whatever it is, you're getting in your own way, right? It's creating some sort of imbalance. So for some of you, you're going to resonate with it like this. Others of you are going to be recognizing that you dealt with an imbalanced energy in your past, and it's making you be like, I don't know if I can do that. But what I like with the Eight of Cups, though, is you walking away from that imbalance and saying, no, I don't want that in my life anymore. So let's build out the other side of the cross and see what we get. By the way, guys, thank you so much for being patient with me. I had to pick my son up from school yesterday before this crazy snowstorm hit that we got, which is why I'm posting you guys late. So my apologies for that. Anyway, look at you as the Knight of Cups. Love it. Love it. Capricorn, you are Prince or Princess Charming right now. You are ready for a proposal to come in. You're ready to make a proposal. You're all about romance right now. If you are single, you are ready. I should hope so anyway. Otherwise, why would you actually tune into this video, right? Beautiful. This is you. Now, let's take a look at the external influences affecting you. Beautiful. We have our King of Coins energy. Love this. And this is fabulous for a Capricorn, for goodness sake. Because this is somebody who knows what they're doing with money, right? It's an earthy energy. Right, it's Pentacles. It's it's Aries and Taurus, so we got that fire and that earth in there together. So beautiful. This is somebody who wants a new path and a new perspective with you, just a new look at life. I'm feeling like this energy has been through a bit too, and it's just such a beautiful. I'm getting such a beautiful, equitable kind of feeling. Lovely, really beautiful energy I'm getting. Now that's not you. This is the external influence affecting you. But look at your hope and your fear as the Fool energy. So you're afraid of taking a chance. You're afraid of this new path. You're afraid of this new adventure, but you really want it. But you're scared, but you want it, right? It's going to happen anyway because it's Uranus. And what did I say about Uranus? What did I say, Capricorn? In the fifth. Fifth house is the house of romance. Woohoo. Yep. And we have the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups is feeling very apathetic, feeling very unfulfilled. You're very open to something. But in the near future, this is you feeling very, very apathetic. Now, you could be feeling unfulfilled because you're out there, you're focused on wanting to co-create. You're focused on wanting to offer yourself to somebody. You're open to receiving it. You feel it around you, but yet you're feeling this lack. Now, is that sense of lack because of this past energy? I have to pull more cards because look at what we have here. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a complete and painful ending, rock bottom, but there's history here. And if you're single, and this, I'm getting that this guy or girl or new, the King and Knight, it doesn't matter. It's not gender. Who cares, right? I mean, that's just what we call them. But like somebody new is coming in, but then we get the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is an old energy. You understand? Because it's one sword at a time over time. And again, it's this complete and painful ending, hitting rock bottom. So for some of you, the swords are words and truth. And you have hit the rock bottom of saying, you know what, I'm done being single. I have to make myself take this chance. I can't keep hiding away. I can't keep saying no. I can't keep doing these things to protect myself. That's going to be for some of you. Others of you are like, you know what, this person is wanting a relationship with me, but for whatever reason, I am still hooked on this damn devil from the past, and I have to just stop it. Because if I don't, and I don't look at, because the Four of Cups is also about looking at your past scars, your past hurts, and why you might be feeling apathetic. Why are you really feeling unfulfilled? Is it really because of them, or is it because of something that's not healed inside of you? So some of you are going to be realizing like, oh my gosh, like that, I have to just end that already. That's done, it's done, it's done. I need to move that out of the way so that I can actually move forward in my life. Yes, beautiful. Queen of Cups. What I like about this is you're having a conversation about it. Because the Queen of Cups is Gemini and Cancer, and Gemini is communication and it's truth. And Cancer is all about feeling grounded, rooted, safe, secure, and loved in a situation. So lovely energy, nurturing, healing, supportive. To have the Queen of Cups, as a qualifier for the Ten of Swords, tells me that somebody is going to be helping you to heal something, Capricorn. How lovely is that? Come on now. That's beautiful. All right, so now let's pull all of the major arcanas and let's add them up and see what we have. So we have the Devil, which is 15, and we have the Hermit is 9, so that's 24, 0, 24, so 2 plus 4 is 6. So that's the Lover's energy. Woo, yeah, beautiful, Capricorn. So this is like a new thing that I'm doing. I'm sort of doing numerology mixing with tarot, mixing with astrology. So we take all the major arcanas and we add everything together and we whittle it down to 1. And whatever number that is, we connect that to whatever major arcana that number represents. And that's our closing energy for you guys, for those of you who are single. And the closing energy we got for you guys is the Lover's energy. So you guys might be meeting a Gemini, or you may be just dealing with somebody who is like very much in that same, on that same soul path as you, understanding that nothing is perfect. You both might have baggage, but you're both going to give it your best shot at trying to make this work. So I really like this for you. Best of luck to you, Capricorn singles. Best of luck. Okay, so now let's move on to our Capricorn friends who are married or in a committed relationship, right? Nobody's going anywhere, or maybe they are, I don't know, but right now you guys are together. You guys are married, you're in a long-term relationship. You might just be in a weird space, or everything might be fabulous and you just want some confirmation. So let's see what needs to be looked at right now in this relationship. The idea of rejection. Rejection is an interesting thing because we can often feel rejected. You know, a lot of times we do that to people, or we feel rejected, and the other person doesn't even realize it, or they don't that we don't realize that we're doing it to somebody else. What is rejection? It's just feeling like you're not enough, feeling like you're not accepted 100% for who and what you are. So you might be dealing with an energy who's just very, you know, maybe you feel like they're being very overly critical of you, or maybe they're accusing you of that, right? This is just something that needs to be looked at. You know, is there rejection when it comes to intimacy? Is there rejection when it comes to healthy communication? You know, oh, why do you always have to start kind of thing? You know, that's a form of rejection. But let's look at the destiny here. Orphaned. We have orphaned and rejection. Oh my. Okay. Let's see what we have for my friends. All right. Let's use the Light Seer Tarot. I mean, orphaned, we know what that is. It's feeling very alone, very lonely, abandoned, unloved, unwanted, not accepted, judged. Like you don't fit anymore. Maybe something that fit for you at one point doesn't fit anymore, kind of like that Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords energy keeps coming up for me with you guys. Interesting. All right, so let's get the situation right now. So right now we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So Queen of Pentacles in reverse is, there might be some sort of financial dependence going on. There might be some kind of greed going on. There could be some kind of greed. Somebody's envious maybe. Also, yeah, it could be that somebody's just really not sharing, as far as, if it doesn't have to do with money. In relationship reads, Pentacles also emotional, mental, and physical connection. So it could be that. Now, crossing is the High Priestess energy. High Priestess is very much about secrets and mystery, intuition, trusting yourself. But more than anything here, it's like setting your ducks up in a row in your mind, right? Figuring things out in your mind and not talking to anybody about it. So Capricorn, I feel like on a very mental level, you are doing a lot of hardcore thinking, my friend. You really are. You're really trying to figure out, okay, if I do this, then that, and then if I do that, then this. And so there's a lot of stuff going on, but you're keeping it very much to yourself. It's just about secrets, right? The High Priestess. All right, let's see the best that can be achieved in the circumstances. Will you look at this? If you guys don't stop coming up in your own reading, it doesn't matter which deck I use, what spread I do, the Devil. Again, this has to do with imbalance. Addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession, sexual lust, anxiety, depression, unchecked, untreated. Could have to do with any kind of mental illness, any sort of illness. Not that there's anything wrong with mental illness, but like somebody who doesn't want to actually get help, because they don't want to go through they're just not comfortable embracing that part of themselves. It could certainly be that. But there is imbalance here. So that imbalance definitely, this definitely needs to be looked at. But now let's see the reason for the reading. We have the Lover's energy, which is interesting because the Lovers is all about needing to make a decision, right? There's a choice here. Are we going to do this or are we going to do that? Are we going to work at this or not? It's not perfect, but we're either going to work at this and we're going to work at it together with the blessing of Archangel Raphael, or we're not. And this is where you're at. So I feel like those of you who are married or in a deep committed relationship, you're certainly there wanting to work it out, because this came up as the reason for the reading. So it will be your reason is the Lover's energy. You want to work at something. You want to work at fixing something. So we have death and rebirth as the past, the recent past. This is the past energy here, which is all about big changes. So there have been big changes in this relationship, right? An ending of a cycle. So it's this energy of, all right, we can't keep doing this anymore. So is it going to be rebirthed and transformed, or is it going to be left? And I feel like that's the space that you're in. And I do feel like a lot of you are saying, you know what, this person makes me feel bad about myself. Capricorn. I feel like this person makes you feel bad about yourself and makes you feel unwanted and misunderstood. So, while you want to transform the relationship, that this level of imbalance is putting you in a space where you're like, wow, the lack of connection and the greed, whether it's with their money, with their emotions, with their communication, this holding back is pushing you to a space of your intuition is screaming at you, is this the right thing for you after all? Let's build out the other side of the cross. Let's see what's going on. So we have you right now. You're all about the truth. Get the King of Swords. You're all about the truth, and you're all about staying very in the mental, right? This is you and Aquarius, Capricorn and Aquarius, right? You're all about putting the work into something, but very forward focused, right? Because it's you and Aquarius. Aquarius being ruled by Uranus. It's that 11th house of goals. You're focusing on goals, moving forward. You don't want to go backwards. You don't want to repeat anything from the past. You're very focused on moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. This is what I'm getting, okay? Now, the external influence that's affecting you, we have the Three of Swords in the reverse, which is about apologies and recovering after some sort of loss, and there being this actual healing that's going on here. Some of you might be healing from surgery or dealing with a partner who's healing from surgery, where that is part of the dynamic of what's going on here. That could certainly be the case. But this is the energy that's external to you. This is in your environment. But it's better than in the upright, because in the reverse, somebody's apologizing to you for something. And there's a recovery after that. There's a recovery after that. But you're really worried. You're just really worried about what the whole thing means, right? Having to do with like family and commitment and the marriage and the relationship and just overall, what does it mean? Because the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it just means conflict, family conflict, feeling lonely. For some of you, it could even be the idea of like a foreclosure or fearing a foreclosure, right? Only because this is a hope or fear. And this would seem to me more to be a fear. This would certainly never be a hope, for goodness sake, But we have in the near future, we have the King of Cups, which is lovely. This is a very supportive energy, very tolerant, very empathetic. Got the same thing, I think, in the singles. It's so sad how it falls out of my head from one reading to the next. But King of Cups is a lovely energy, again, because it's tolerant, it's empathetic. And then we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is all about truth. Now, you might have gossipy people in your business, friends, family, everybody having an opinion, but the truth coming out, right? We got all these light bulbs. You see the light bulbs that she's holding? It's like one light bulb after another, and you're learning something. You see, she's got the bulb. So these things are coming to light, and you're learning. And it's this new cycle. So I actually really like that because it looks like there's a figuring it out here. But let's just see what's going on here. We have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords. Okay. Nine of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is like a new passion. The Ace, it's brand new. And that new passion, something new coming in, is really inciting this Four of Wands energy, which is a reunion maybe with somebody from the past. Uh-oh. Okay. Or the Four of Wands is also a card of, it's like the honeymoon card. It's strong foundation card, but there's newness about this. And then we have it working with the Seven of Swords energy, which is about theft, betrayal, dishonesty, running away from something, but not being very open about it, keeping it a secret. And the moon energy also rules the past as well. So I feel like some of you, all right, this is a very specific message, but some of you who are in a long committed relationship, perhaps even in a marriage, you may be in communication with somebody from your past. And you're not being very forthcoming about it. But as far as the marriage goes, you're not totally ready to walk away from it, right? Because we have the Nine of Wands, which is you still have fire in your belly for this person. But it's like you guys have been through a lot. And you might be entertaining this other energy because you feel very rejected and alone. It could be. But what I like is we get the Eight of Wands here, which is my favorite minor arcana, I'd have to say, because this is about good news coming in that incites a quick change that ends up bringing you to a space of a firm foundation. Oh, man. Some more messages here on this one. Lesson learned, proposing something. Oh my gosh. So Capricorn, I feel like somebody that you're with did not do totally right by you, okay? But we get the World here, which is about a lesson learned. Let's move on. What we've been through has been like horrible because it's Saturn, okay? But that's done now. We've learned the lesson. It's done. Let's move forward. Knight of Cups is all about coming in and proposing something, some sort of proposal, romantic proposal. I love you. Let's figure this out. And you're just being like, I don't know what the hell to do. I'm having nightmares. I'm having anxiety. I feel kind of depressed. I have these ruminating thoughts. I'm not sure what the right solution is for me. We have the Three of Cups, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. I want to pull another. So the Three of Cups is like a celebratory vibe, you know, feeling very supportive with friends and family. Page of Pentacles indicates a new cycle, a new connection, quite literally a new job. There's definitely a moving forward. I want to pull another card for the destiny for this connection here. New life. Oh my gosh. All right. New life. Oh, Capricorn. I'm so sorry if you guys are like in a space where this is not what you wanted. But this is the energy that I got right now for those of you who are in married, committed connection. It does seem like it's not totally over. It does not seem like you guys are in a good place. It does seem like there is another energy involved. But I feel like that energy is really meant to, like, you know, as a saying that I always use, where people are like flowers, right? They flourish in the sunshine and they wilt in the shade. So if you're feeling rejected, it's very hard for you to feel good. And I'm not making excuses for anybody, whatever. I'm just giving you what I'm getting from the energy, is that you were feeling bad and then this other energy maybe contacted you. I don't see you really doing anything though with them, but maybe just even the idea, maybe just communicating. You want your marriage to work. You want it to work, but somebody's not getting their act together, and it's like pushing you in this other direction. But we get the Page of Pentacles, which is indicating a new cycle, you know, and there's patience here. There's patience about it. Patient work, putting in the patient work. So it does seem like you guys need to have some really healthy communication here in order to work this through. And remember, this is only for the end of December. This isn't a forever kind of thing, but It does seem like you are in a challenging spot. Okay, it does seem like that. Let me just pull these. I almost forgot. Okay. So we have 13 and 2 is 15. 1, 31, 39, 49, 59, 60. So 6. So it comes down to 6. We get the Lovers energy again for you guys. We get the Lovers for singles, and we get the Lovers for those of you who are married as the final closing energy for those of you. So it's like working on this, knowing that it's not perfect, but you're working on it. You're not willing to walk away totally and give up on it. But this is what needs to be looked at. Somebody may not even understand that they're making you feel that way. All right. So let's see what we have here for our Capricorn friends who are complicated. See the destiny for those of you in a complicated situation. So complicated can be where you're not together right now, but you know energetically you 100% still feel together, or you are together and things are just really kind of strange. Let's just say that. So many different things that could go on in a relationship. Change in the wind. So that is the destiny where there is a change in the wind. So there's some sort of change that has to happen in this complicated situation. Let's see what needs to be looked at by you guys. Self-sabotage. Who gets in their own way here? Capricorn. You, them, maybe a little bit of both of you. You know, it's a funny thing. Self-sabotage, right? Self-sabotage is where we end up getting in our own way, even if we don't mean to. We have the Four of Swords energy is the situation right now. So the Four of Swords is like this pause button being pressed, trying to rest and recover from something. Put yourself in some solitude, but it's in an attempt to figure something out, because it's a Jupiter in Libra energy. Libra rules partnership. Jupiter is all about expansion, luck and expansion. So you're really very much focused on how good does this person make me feel? Do they make me feel loved and wanted? How equitable is it? Do I feel like things are fair when it comes to communication, intimacy, finances, all of that? Definitely in a pause position though. Let's see what's crossing you right now. Is we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is just you. Some of you may be just totally focused on your work, quite literally, because it's about mastering your craft and just trying to really enjoy your employment. You know, just stay focused on that. But if it doesn't have to do with that, it's you're really in this space of pause. You're trying to figure out what you can do to make the relationship work, to make it better. Some of you may be in that space of just trying to figure that out. What do I have to do to make this work? What do we have to do to make this work? Now, the best to be achieved in the circumstances is temperance. I like this a lot because this is about balance and harmony. You know, this is the card of cooperation. Really, what do you need? What do they need? What does the relationship need? And there's always those three entities that need to be considered. Not just your needs, not just their needs, but what's necessary for the relationship to actually work. You know, open ears, beautiful healing. I like it. Yeah. Two of Pentacles. This is the reason for the reading. Somebody's confused. Yeah. Two choices. Multitasking. Weighing options. Not sure. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? Not sure. See what's going on in the past. Okay. That makes sense. Tower. Tower in the past. So this came to an end. You know. Definitely. Now, this could be either the relationship came to an end or somebody had this epiphany where they had to completely change the way that they were thinking, or maybe a little bit of both. You know, because that often ends up kicking off this Four of Swords energy where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't keep doing this to myself anymore. I have to change the way I'm looking at this relationship. I can't keep myself caught in this nexus within this relationship. I have to see what is the right thing for me, you know? But it does seem like there was some sort of ending of something, because the Tower is Mars, and Mars turns the lights on and pulls us off a path that we're not meant to be on, and it could be shocking even if we saw it coming. That's the funny thing about the Tower. Funny, not so funny. You guys know what I mean. But it's like you saw the red flags, you knew they were there, but your subconscious made the decision to ignore them until Mars comes in and says, wake up. Take those rose-colored glasses off. Here are the flags. This is not meant for you to continue in the way that it's been going right now. It's just not good for you. So right now, you're the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, very patient. You might be focusing again on your work, maybe on a new job, something like that. Others of you may be still energetically in this situation and very busy trying to meet somebody else, opening up your energy, because this is mental, physical, emotional connection, and a page can indicate a new cycle. So you may be in that space. Now we have the external influence affecting you is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, somebody coming in and saying, you know, this is Prince Charming, Princess Charming, this is romance, proposal coming in. Absolutely. But what's interesting here is we have this Four of Cups in your fear position. And to have this in it's like you're afraid of apathy and you're afraid of feeling unfulfilled. It's like you want something to work, but you're almost afraid of it working. But I'm feeling very strongly you're afraid of it working because you're afraid that it's going to go back to what it was at one point, and you know it can't be that. You want the emotions and the love to be there, but you don't want it to be what it was. You want a different version of that. You want a healthier version of that, and you're afraid that it's not going to be that, right? Because the Four of Cups is that checklist card. I can't be with them because of this, 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 and this, and this, 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 and this. And so it's like you see everything, and you're afraid of all of those things, even though it looks like somebody's coming back around. Or you're meeting somebody new. We'll pull another card on that because we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which does indicate cycles, right? Because it's a wheel. Now, this is a Jupiter energy. If this is a getting back together kind of thing, this is a very benefic energy because it's Jupiter's about luck and expansion if the bones of the relationship were good. If you were involved with a narcissist and they were a hot mess, this will not be blessed. I mean, that is the little caveat when it comes to getting back together with somebody. If you guys have been in a complicated situation and you met somebody new, this is a very positive energy if you're meeting somebody brand new. Now we have this as the final outcome, the Queen of Wands. And Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured, very feisty, very passionate. So there's a lot of passion here for sure. And I feel like I need to pull a couple of cards here because I'm feeling more than one energy. So, So the King of Swords is staying totally in the mental, being very intentional and strategic in your thinking, being very sort of like matter of fact. The Knight of Swords is coming in and serving up some truth, and this incites a lifestyle change where it's like, look, because of this, this, and this is why it will never be able to like continue the way it was. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is... okay, I mean, those of you who know tarot know what this is. This can be definitely a sexually immature energy, somebody who's a little bit of a player. You might be dealing with the player energy here, but this could also indicate meeting somebody new, you know, that you feel very passionate about, but there is this level of immaturity here with the Page energy. Now we have the Ten of Swords, which is about feeling very stressed, exhausted, too many burdens, and the whole thing is just stressing you out. So again, pressing the pause button, trying to get a different perspective here. You're just not sure because this is all about Neptune. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a very reliable person, somebody who's patient, hardworking. And then we have the Nine of Wands again, which is about you've been through so much, but you're still persistent. You're not letting this energy go. So I feel like there's a bit of a cyclical energy going on, which could be speaking to the self-sabotage where things are good and you get back together and then things go south really quickly. Whether it's because somebody, pays lip service and there's very little follow through, whatever the case is, it does seem like there's going to be a change in you, Capricorn, in how this is going to be processed. Like you're just not going to be putting up with things anymore. And this is the thing. Those of you in a complicated situation where you're like in an affair with somebody, there is going to be this shocking change, this shocking shift, this unexpected upheaval, okay, in the area of romance and relationship. I do want to just say that. So whether this is somebody who, there's something surprising coming in having to do with this person. There is. Yeah. Capricorn, I feel like you're meeting somebody new, to be honest with you. Get the Page of Cups here with the Seven of Swords. Okay. I mean, the Seven of Swords is, you know, running away from something, just not wanting to deal with something. And then we have the Page of Cups, which is a new love. New love. This is either you or them. Somebody's meeting somebody new. But I feel like you met somebody new, because we have the Two of Pentacles for you, which is you're trying to weigh out options here. So the Pentacles could each be a person, or it could just be should I stay or should I go kind of thing. There's definitely new energy coming in for you. So that's what we have. All right, so let's see. We have the Temperance. Pulled a lot of cards here, so let's get whatever major arcana is. I know we have Temperance, which is 14, and the Wheel, which is 10, so 24. Okay. 24 and 16, 34, 40. So it's 4. So it's the Emperor. The Emperor is all about paying, really respecting yourself, being very strategic in how you handle things, a new path, a new perspective. Aries is a fresh path, a new perspective, not putting up with any nonsense. Emperors do not put up with any nonsense. It's I'm going to do what I want to do because this makes me feel good and because this is right for me. You're going to be doing it with a lot of confidence because you're going to know that it is the right thing to move away from something here. Changing the wind. You're not, yeah, didn't I say though at the very beginning, you are not the same, Capricorn. You're not the same. You have changed. I mean, and this is actually a really good thing. Okay, this is not a bad thing. See what energies you need to lean into, okay? What cosmic energies does Capricorn need to lean into? Taurus, 4th house, the Sun. Whose ego, for good or bad, might be getting in the way. You want to respect your own ego. Ego is healthy. If somebody's focused on their ego and they're very egocentric, you need to pull away from that. It's about staying very grounded, very earthy, focused on love. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is all about love. But at the same time, this is very much about staying very grounded, focused, and focusing on what you value. And then we get the 4th house of home. So what makes you feel grounded, rooted, safe, secure? Gemini, communication. This is the Lover's energy as well. Butterfly, communicating, being flexible, collaborating, coming together, adapting, communicating though. There needs to be communication regardless of what ends up happening with the situation. It does seem like there needs to be some sort of communication between you guys one way or another. Because there is this choice that needs to be made in order to at least, like really finish off this energetic connection. And if you are completely not in contact with this person and there's no way that you can do that, this Gemini energy is all about, because Geminis are what? They're single, but they're two sides of self, and just understanding that you have to make a decision to leave something. Because you can't fix them. You can only, you can only deal with your own stuff. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.